All right. Good morning, everybody. Hello, knockouts. Tonya Tko. You know what? I'm gonna give that intro again because yesterday, when I went live, it cut off my intro. All right. So let's do that again. All right. Hello, knockouts. Tonya TKO here, and today I have a special treat for you all. As you see, I'm in a different part of my trailer right now, and we are getting ready to bottle up my kombucha. My kombucha is effervescent already. Listen, I was not expecting for it to be effervescent already. As a matter of fact, let me bring the star of the show closer so that you all can see. All right, so here's the star of the show. This right here is my kombucha, and inside there's a Scoby. The Scoby's name is Owen, right? I'm getting in some messages at the moment. All right, so for those of you who don't know what kombucha is a fermented tea, and it's a probiotic drink that's supposed to give you energy, cleanse out your system. It's supposed to do so much. And you see there's a baby Scoby forming, yes. Okay, so let me just, so you know what, as a matter of fact, maybe some of you may know what I don't know. I don't know the whole history of kombucha, how kombucha came about, but I do know that fermenting is the earliest form of cooking. This is when we got our kimchis in Korea. This is when we got our yogurts in the Middle East. This is when we got stuff like kombucha, as well as when we got alcohol. Because you know, alcohol is, listen, rum, what else? I know certain alcohols are distills, but other ones of them are fermented. Beer is fermented. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. I just wanted to show you all because I started bottling it, and I was like, you know what, yesterday when we broadcasted, there were some of you who were asking, well, what is kombucha? So I was like, wow, there are people out there who don't know what kombucha is. So Missy Print is saying, it has been around for several thousand years. In the old days, people saved the rations of sugar to keep Scoby alive. Major superfood. Okay. You know what? I don't know as much as I could know. Like, there was somebody who wrote me an email yesterday, and they were like, oh, what is the benefit of the drink that you're drinking? Because, you know, I make a raspberry vinaigrette or strawberry vinaigrette, which is a lemonade made with vinegar. I drink that every day. As you see, my skin is super clear. Someone asked me, what is the drink for? I'm like, it's for thirst. I drink it because I'm thirsty. You know what I mean? What else it may be doing, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sure it's doing a lot of wonderful things. Me, I love the flavor of kombucha. I love it. So basically, there are two fermentation processes for kombucha, right? And so the first fermentation process is when the Scoby eats the sugar. So basically it lives on the tea and the sugar. You use about, for a gallon, I think you use eight bags of tea and 1 cup of sugar. So that's what I did. And so I did my first bottle. So this right here is the first fermentation process, and this is the second one where it becomes effervescent. But my Scoby is very powerful. It's very strong because it's cold in California right now. And so we haven't really been at a, like, it's when I say cold, it's like 40 degrees at night because, you know, I'm in the canyons. And so we haven't really been, it needs to be at like 75 degrees to like really go through nicely on the fermentation process. So we've been temperate in the day, cold at night, but still. So this right here, inside there is Owen. That's my brother named it, right? Because my brother, my brother started brewing kombucha because he really loves to drink kombucha. But when I came back from Christmas, my Scoby, I tried to make a batch with it. It was, all I kept thinking when I was drinking it was funky cold Medina, because the batch was funky. I drank it anyway, well, most of it, but it was funky. It was off. My Scoby didn't survive not being refrigerated for the month that I was gone. So I made a batch, but it was done. But my brother, like, these Scobies will give birth. We haven't gotten to the bottling yet, but we will in a second. The Scobies will give birth. So if you can see inside here, look. Oh God, it's heavy. Do you see like that filmy stuff on the top? That, even though it looks kind of snotty and kind of grotesque, that is actually a new Scoby forming. So, okay, like the video, everybody. There's only 9 likes, but there's 40 people in here. And so listen, so it went through the first fermentation process already, which takes about a week. And then 3 days later, it'll actually become like soda. If you look inside there, you can see that there are bubbles at the top. Oh, shooty moody. Look at this. You can see the bubbles on the inside floating. It already started the second, lift it a little higher. Okay. It already started the second fermentation process because the bubbles have already started. So listen, there's something about CO2, carbon dioxide. I think it's carbon. Listen, don't get me into giving bad biology on here. Some of you are biologists. You know what it takes for the fermentation process. So basically, this Scoby right there is bacteria. And the bacteria will eat the sugar. It'll eat the, and then after it eats it, it'll excrete out carbon in such a way that it becomes fermented. Do you see that? Strawberries are highly fermentable. So you put a strawberry in there, and one time I had a strawberry. So look, I'm going to fill it all the way up to the top. Less air, the better. Do you see that? And then I'm going to get a jar top, and I'm going to put it on here. Some of you may ask, well, Tonya, how do you have so many jars? Well, I'm glad you asked. Remember yesterday we talked about reducing and reusing. So I get these jars come with coconut oil inside of them, right? But when I'm done with the coconut oil, I reuse the jars. So here, so this is the first one bottled right there. This is the second fermentation process when it takes on the flavor of the fruit. It takes on the color of the fruit. And so I like to, my favorites are ginger, strawberry, raspberry, and grapes. I don't have any grapes right now. Grapes speed up the fermentation process as well. So I have some tangerines that are dried out. I'm going to see whether or not these tangerines are any good. You know, especially because you know what? Okay, so they're a little dried out on the inside. As you see, they're all, it's like, it's just, but you know what? I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them for fermenting. I'm just going to go put some inside. I'm going to put some inside of some of my bottles. So you can use any flavor that you want. You can use any fruit that you want. Try, experiment. It's yours. Do what you want. So Dupree is saying you can just buy mason jars. Same thing, inexpensive. The point is not to buy. Listen to the words reduce, reuse, recycle. Let's reduce our waste. I also reuse spaghetti sauce jars. So you know, like the jars that you get your spaghetti sauce in? I reuse those because if not, they're going to go into the garbage. They're going to fill up some landfill. So I'm going to take this tangerine. I'm just going to tear it open like that so that some of the tangerine part can come out. And then I'm just going to put it inside the jar and then fill it up. Simple as that. And so, yeah, so it's not that, I mean, I don't want to, so to like the video, you have to close the chat and then just click like. So yeah, so it's not about whether or not it's cheap. It's about whether or not it is best for the environment, whether or not it's best for human beings, whether or not it's best for life on the planet. And the amount that we're consuming as human beings, look at that. See, it's already, I'm telling you, the second fermentation process has already started. The second fermentation process usually takes about 3 days. But my brother sent me this very strong Scoby. The Scoby had already started fermenting by the time it arrived here in the mail. It was already effervescent. So, hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm just taking some time to just bottle my kombucha this morning. And that's what we're doing today. Not a big deal for the video. I'm just showing you all, if you haven't started brewing your own kombucha. So a jar of kombucha in the store costs $3, sometimes $4. It's expensive inside of the store. I feel like all right, so here we go. And so I think I'm going to do ginger inside this one. So listen, that second fermentation process is no joke. It's no joke. I was sitting here one time and I was just sitting chilling, right? And I heard something that said, "Boof!" And I thought somebody had hit my trailer. I thought something flew at my trailer, something hit my trailer. I ran outside. It was dark. I had my flashlight with me. I thought it sounded like something fell from the sky. I was like, what's going on? I was like, what's happening? I was like, oh, so I'm cutting up the ginger and just putting in just a few of these just so it can get that ginger flavor. Ginger is so good in kombucha. So delicious, so delicious. And it's ready to drink now. The second fermentation process is only if you want it to be effervescent. So hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So listen, I'm going to pour out a little bit of this for myself and drink it. But look, so just 3 little ginger things in there. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. And I'm just going to fill this up. It tastes so fresh. I tried a little bit of it. That's when I realized that it was effervescent already. And I was like, what in the world is happening? Look, can you see the bubbles forming at the top? Can you see them popping? Can you see the bubbles popping? Can you see them popping? I don't know. Because, you know, sometimes we don't have high fidelity. But, oh, look, you can see around the side of the jar. You can see the bubbles already forming. So I let it stay in this jar a little too long. But what can I say? I really didn't think that it was going to do all of this in under a week. So these are the jars, and then I'm just going to place them. If you want to slow down the fermentation process, because, oh, so like I was telling you with that story, I heard that boof. So I saw nothing outside. Everything was still in the night. So I came back inside, and then I hear this fizzing. It's like, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I go to my cabinet. The jar burst. When I say it burst, the top didn't just come off. The bottom part of the jar cracked. Like you see down here where it has like the thick part, like a jar, a link is only as strong as its weakest point. And that thing boof right inside my cabinet. And all of the liquid was like falling down inside. It was a mess. It was a mess. So don't let that happen to you. If you see that your top is real hard, like this top, you can press down on it. If you see that your top is real hard, boys and girls, take it and put it in the refrigerator to slow it down. Let me get some more jars to slow it down. Otherwise, don't be like me and chance it. Because, you know, that happened to me when I was doing an endless kombucha jar. So I was just like doing the kombucha, then I was like making the tea, and I was putting it inside. It was like fermenting in 3 days. So it's typically supposed to take like 7 to 9 days. It was fermenting in 3 days. And so I wasn't expecting for it to do all of that so soon. I wasn't expecting. So what I'll do is I'll come back out in 3 days and I'll show you all. But this right here is like mostly already done, but I'll show you. You only need a little bit of fruit. That might even be too much. I'm going to put some inside this jar because you really only need a little bit, especially when it comes to raspberry, because raspberry has a lot of flavor. And so somebody says she's buying, let me see what you said. I'm buying the products for the strawberry drink today. So excited. I have so many jars, so I'll use those too. Okay, you mean like big glass jars? Because you don't really need small jars for that. I make mine in a big glass jar and just drink from there. As you see, I just use it like a big cup because I'm drinking half a gallon. In the summertime, sometimes I'm drinking a gallon a day, you know? All right, so here we go. Look at that. Do you see the effervescence? Do you see it? Like I said, don't do like, oh, look, it has a little piece of Scoby in there. Do you see that? A little piece of the birth of the Scoby is on there. So like I was saying, this will produce a new Scoby when you do enough batches. Like, okay, so like this right here, the new Scoby is forming. And so like I said, my brother sent me one of his, like his Scoby had given birth and he named the Scoby Owen. So that's Owen in there, and Owen is now forming a new, oh Lord, where's my jar tops? Okay, I'm gonna have to start using some of my spaghetti jars. I don't like the spaghetti jars as much as the coconut ones because the coconut ones have threads, but the spaghetti jars has a screw top. Like this is the top of the the spaghetti sauce jar. But that's cool. I'm going to do a bunch of ginger ones because I love the ginger flavor. As a matter of fact, let me put the ginger in first. So how is everybody out there doing? Right now, we're just bottling kombucha. Today is the day that the book of self-love affirmations is going to print. So listen, how many of you yesterday, you guys are so funny. How many of you made me drop my ginger? How many of you guys yesterday got the Forgive MP3? And did you listen to it? How was it? So talk to me about that. So yesterday the Forgive MP3 went on sale. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. So the book of self-love affirmations is going to print today. I'm really excited. This is not a good, this camera angle is not complimentary to my bosom, but it's okay. Because it's up in the camera and my bra is buckling on the side. I got side boob in the screen. All right, there we go. Trying to fill it up to the tippy tip top. And get the top. Oops! I got butterfingers. Lord of mercy. Oops! Oh, gracious. The top of my wrap hit the thing. All right. All right. So welcome in, everybody. We're just having a chat while I bottle up kombucha today. And so, okay, so Debris is going to listen to it today. Wonderful. Who did listen to it last night? And so Kimberly said, I listened to it once. I'm going to need to soak in it. Okay, so what was your experience like so far, Kimberly? When you listened to it, what was your experience? Talk to me. I think I'm going to do another strawberry one. So I want to have even amount of strawberry and ginger because those are my favorites. I'm going to do like a little strawberry because one jar doesn't need a whole big strawberry. Because then you end up just chewing on the strawberry afterwards. Oops. Now that is full to the brim. That is not the right top. All right, so tell me how your experience was. Did you go through the journey? What happened when you went on the journey? Did you journal afterwards? And then when you were in it, how was it? And when you came out of it, how was that? Oh, Lord, this stuff is already falling out. This is why I don't like the spaghetti jars as much as I like the coconut jars. All right, there we go. All right. And then what happened? She said, I've been focusing on wrong too much. And Cook is saying, so you're coming down to the city for printing? I will be down in LA on Friday. I'm doing an interview with Preston Smiles. If you all know Preston Smiles, I'm doing an interview with him on Friday. So we're going to be going live talking about self-love. So that's happening on Friday. So stay tuned for that at 3 p.m. Also this Wednesday, we're going to be talking with the lawyer of the first young lady who came out, or the young lady who says that she was one of Dominique Williams' first victims of assault. She says she went on a first date with him and that he assaulted her on that first date. So we're going to be talking with her lawyer on Wednesday. So let me see what Kimberly says. I'm late. Will you save this live? I will. I will. Yesterday's deletion was special circumstance. Because we talked about some stuff that will only stay in that broadcast. Why do I keep dropping my ginger? All right. So that's basically what we're doing today. Pretty much it. Like the video if you want to. And then let me know if you've ever tried kombucha. Let me know what are some of the benefits that you've heard about kombucha. Oh, finally I found another top for the coconut jar one. Oh, another top. Perfect. So I have two more. Good. All right, let's see. That's not the right top. All right, here we go. have one right here. What am I doing? All right, so Kimberly, talk to me. What happened? You're not telling me the full story. And so Chantel is going to buy it. I mean, going to listen to it today, and you're hoping to buy the book. Which book? The Book of Self-Love or the Shift to Self-Love book? All right, so we're doing another raspberry one. And then, so I think I have a equal number, but I only did one tangerine one, so I'm going to do another tangerine. All right, so we're getting down to the wire right here. So what do you mean by you've been focusing on the wrong too much, Kimberly? What does that mean? And Fashy is saying, hi, Tonya, I love kombucha. I drink it often. I need to start making my own instead of buying it so much. How much do you pay for kombucha in your area? Because when I looked, it was expensive. It's like $3 a bottle. All right, I'm going to have to take my Scoby out now because we've gotten down to the bottom. And the Scoby is going to start trying to go inside the hole. So I'm going to go take the Scoby out. Okay, what happened to you? So what happened when you went through the journey? What transpired? Did you follow along the process? Talk to me about that. $5 a bottle in Walmart? Fashy is saying $8 for 1.4 liters? Oh, Lord. So this right here, this thing right here cost me as much as the cane juice cost. A cup of cane juice and the tea bags that I got. And my brother gave me his Scoby, his newborn Scoby. Because, you know, a Scoby will form. So once my Scoby starts forming another Scoby, if there's some of you out there who need a Scoby, let me know. If you pay for the shipping, I'll ship you my Scoby. The Scoby is going to be huge because my jar is huge. The Scoby will form to the size of the jar. Let me wash my hands so that I can take my Scoby out. Hold on one second. And then I'll show you guys what the Scoby looks like. Once you do take it out, I'll show you what the Scoby looks like, and I'll show you how to get ready for your next batch. So give me just 1 second while I wash my hands. And when you do wash your hands to touch your Scoby, do not use an antibacterial soap. Just wash your hands the regular way like a regular human being. Oh. And then, okay, so we ready? So I'm going to take the Scoby out. You ready to see what the Scoby looks like? All right. Smells so good. So here, can you see this? Can you see inside the bottle? No, if I turn it anymore, it's going to fall. So let me get my Scoby. All right. Wow. So look, can you see this? Oh, gracious goodness. This thing is going to be too big to fit inside this. Nope, I'm going to fold it. All right. So look, let me turn this so you can see. So this is the Scoby right here. It's very thick. Look at that. Do you see the thickness of it? It's very thick. And it's very tough. And you see it has some brown spots on there. Those brown spots are okay because, you know, that comes from the tea. So I'm going to put this... Uh-oh. Sorry about that. I got some spam call coming in. I don't know what was the last thing that you said. Or that you heard, rather. So this is the Scoby inside the jar. As you see, it's big. But this is how we start the next batch. So the next batch is started with just plain kombucha inside of a jar. Ah! Pouring on the floor. Lord of mercy. I'm not doing this the correct way. Tonya, you acting like this. Do better, Tonya. Do better. Okay, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. Okay, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. All right. So now I'm just filling up a jar. And I'm going to fill it all the way to the top. Okay. And so this right here is for the next batch. So I have to clean up my carpet because I was acting like a fool. I don't even know why I was pouring it like that. I was acting silly. And I'm mad at myself for that. So, but I'm going to get over my mad. I'm going to forgive myself. Because, you know, our theme lately has been forgive. So I'm going to forgive myself. All right. So here. And then, so this right here is going to go into the refrigerator. I'm going to show my brother this video. Thank you very much for Owen. You see how much Owen has grown in the past week? He's so big and he's grown and he did a wonderful job on this batch. So thank you. He's very powerful too. And the drink is very delicious. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Brava. Thank you. So here. So I'm just going to, and then the last little bit is actually going to be the strongest because it's the part that has the most Scoby in it. All right, let's see. Oh, Tonya, because this thing is heavy. I'm sorry, it's heavy. I'm not trying to drop it, but it's heavy. Goodness. I'm talking to myself. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. So there we go. And then so now we only have a little bit left. And this right here, you see how it's all cloudy and it got that stuff inside there? This could also be some of the starter liquid, but hold on. I'm going to put something down on the juice that I spilled on the floor. Hold on. Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. So yeah, so there we go. There we go. So listen, if there's somebody out there who needs a Scoby after my next batch, I'll probably have a Scoby to send to somebody because this thing is going to just keep producing Scobies. So the Scoby just keeps giving birth. So I'm going to drink the last remaining bits of this. All right, give me 1 second. Let me grab a jar. I don't have any empty jars here. Nope. All right. So here we go. So Kimberly, talk to me. When you went through the journey, you followed the instructions, but talk to me about what happened where you got stopped. Oh, I'm all up in the camera looking crazy. All right. So there we go. So this is a gallon. This is a 2-gallon thing right here, but I only did 1 gallon because this was my first time going with this Scoby. So look, this is how many jars we got out of it. And each one of these jars is, I believe, 14 ounces. So we should have about 10. So, all right. How many do we have from 1 gallon? So let's see. All right. About 10 is right. Because you know a gallon is 120. Oh, whenever we get close to 100 viewers, it always freezes. So it is frozen. It is frozen, but it'll come unfrozen in a moment. But yeah, so Kimberly, talk to me. Chantel, tell me what you're doing to prepare. Talk to me about that. What you're doing to prepare yourself for listening to the MP3. Okay, so it's come back. All right. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we have these 2. So that makes just about 10. So I'm going to try this. And it's all cloudy. This should be used for the starter batch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour out because I don't want to put my lips on it. And then, you know, you can't, then you won't be able to, because, you know, we have bacteria all over the place. I don't want to have an overgrowth of lip bacteria in my batch. So I'm going to, I got to be honest, this looks a little grotesque to me with all the sediments inside of it. But, you know, it's my drink, so I'm going to drink it. All right. All right, so here we go. So fresh. So fresh. Oh my goodness. So fresh. So refreshing, so refreshing. This reminds me of a hot summer's day. This reminds me of a hot summer's day. It's so fresh, so fresh. Oh, so good. So good, so good, so good. Oh, this was so good. I want to drink. You know what? I want to drink another one. Ah, I don't want to wait. You know what? I'll wait. I'll wait. I was a little apprehensive about the sedimenty part because I don't typically drink that part. But it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. All right. So somebody in here is bugging. Let me see who's bugging. Oh, wow. It says message deleted by the Google moderator team. So we got Google moderators in here. All right. So welcome in everybody. We got Google Mods in the house. Hey Google Mods, what's up? Thank you for handling business. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm doing today. I don't know what the person said, but Google jumped on top of it, whatever they said. So basically, we did a batch of kombucha today, right? We did a batch of kombucha. Please, instead of buying new jars, use the jars that you already have inside of your home. Whenever you buy spaghetti, whenever you buy anything in a glass jar, reuse that. We got to reduce our footprint on this earth. So please. So we did a batch of kombucha today, which is fermented tea. It goes through two processes of fermentation. The first process is where the bacteria eats the sugar and feeds off of the tea. And the second part is where it becomes effervescent. As you see, some of it has already begun. It takes about 7 days, 7 to 9 days for the first part, and then about 3 days for the second part. However, if it's warmer or colder where you are, it could take longer or shorter. So part of the reason that it started fermenting in the jar for me is because I wasn't expecting, I wasn't expecting for it to only to ferment in 7 days. All right, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to jump off of the broadcast because I was just coming out to do that. I have to get the book ready to go to press today. Also, somebody is trying to figure out how to get started. Okay, so if you want to get started with kombucha, you need a Scoby, you need bags of dark tea, and you need sugar. I'll show you the sugar that I use. I actually use cane juice. So I use this right here, which is, they sell this at Trader Joe's, Aldi's, any natural store that you go to, or even inside some supermarkets they sell this. And it's just pure cane sugar. It's not exactly white, but it's not brown. Brown sugar has molasses in it. So like if you see it on the package, it says brown sugar, that has molasses in it. So you don't want to use that. You want to use pure sugar. You don't want to use stevia or honey or any of that. You want to just use sugar, okay? And so 8 bags to a gallon. I think I'm going to use yet less than 8. Well, you know what? It's good. It's good. I'm going to do 8 bags. And then 8 bags of tea, 1 cup of sugar, a gallon of water. So basically you boil your water. You know what? There are videos, and I can show you when I do my next batch. I can show you exactly how I do it. We can do a live because because I only have 2, 4, 6, 8. I only have 8 jars. So this is going to go by in a week because it's so good. I crave it. I crave it. But it's going to take 3 days for this to ferment. So what I'll do is in the time being, I'll most likely come back out and do a video to show you all how to do it. So you just boil your water. You put your tea in there. Hey, Missy. So you know what, Missy, you have to tell us what happened when you listened to yours. I don't remember seeing what happened with you. So and you can get your Scoby on Amazon. You can get your Scoby from a friend. Like I said, I'm going to be sending out Scobies as soon as Owen gives birth. And then there's so many videos that will show you how to do it, but I'll come back out and I'll show you when I'm doing my next batch exactly how it's done. So I'm going to start putting these jars away in the cabinet in the darkness so that they can ferment. I'm going to put some of them in the refrigerator to slow down the fermentation process, because the last thing I want is for these things to burst on me like one of them burst before. You know what I mean? I'll turn this way so you can see. I'm just putting them inside the cabinet. I'm just putting them in the cabinet and just getting ready. All right. And then I'll probably put these two in the refrigerator with the starter batches. And then that is it. That's it right there. We bottled up a gallon of kombucha. So give yourselves a clapping hand if this is your first time hearing about kombucha and you came out to hear about it. Give yourself a clap, because you are on your way to living a more natural life. That's what it's all about. So I would be remiss if I was standing up here talking about bottling kombucha and then telling you to go out there and buy jars, reuse, reduce, reuse, whatever you can think of. So like this right here, this was from my steel cut oats. And so I took off the wrapper, and so now I'm like, what can this be used for? This right here was an Old Spice jar, right? But these hold bobby pins. You could put this in the bathroom. You know what? We'll do a whole video about how to reduce and reuse in your house. So just start looking around for things that you can take and repurpose into something else. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, so Missy's saying, I feel kind of shy about my stuff. Okay, well, I sent you an email. You didn't respond to my email. So I'm asking now, but it's okay. You know what? We can talk in private if you want. If you don't want to talk, that's cool. Cause you know, the process is one that we have to go through with ourselves. The journey is one we got to go through with ourselves. So I appreciate you having the courage to start the journey. And if you need some support, talk to me, talk to other people, and then we'll see how we can, you know, navigate through it with one another. Okay, so does anyone have any questions for me about kombucha before I jump out of the video? Talk to me and let me know. So does anybody have questions about kombucha before I jump out? So Ebony saying, I use chocolate box for my Q-tips. Takesha saying, I might sound silly, but what's a Scoby? Okay, so Scoby stands for God, what does the S stand for? Oh my goodness. Is it series of culture? Oh goodness. Bacteria? Oh my goodness. I forgot what Scoby's series culture of bacteria and yeast. Ooh, you know what? You have, wow, you know what? I know exact, I know what it means, but anyway, so Scoby, if fermented too long, will it turn into liquor? You know, there is a very small alcohol content. Symbiotic. Okay, symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. Is that what it is? Talk to me. Talk to me. So this right here is a Scoby. It's my Scoby in here. I took it out and I showed you all. You can rewind the video and watch that again. So Scoby is an acronym for symbiotic. Come on, somebody. Give me the C. Come on. Give me the C. You know we learn while teaching. So give me the C. I know what it is. But you go tell me. What is the C? I know what it is, but you tell me. So we learn by teaching. So come on, teach me. What does the C stand for in Scoby? So symbiotic culture. Okay. What does the O stand for? Come on. There are some people who eat their Scobies. I haven't gotten to the... So listen, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mail you all, anybody who needs a Scoby. So of symbiotic culture of... And then BY, what does BY stand for? I'm not going to eat my Scoby. Okay, so there we go, Dupree. Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. So that's what Scoby stands for. And the Scoby is actually what gets the fermentation process going. Okay. That's what gets the fermentation process going. And listen, the alcohol content is very small inside of kombucha, but there is a very small alcohol content in it. And when I had mine brewing in the summer last year, I'm telling you, especially if you when you live a more clean life, you're more sensitive to certain things like the influences of alcoholitos, right? And so, I was drinking a little bit of my kombuchas last year. And it was a good time to be had by all. It was a good time. It was a good time. But yes. And so if you leave it in too long, it actually becomes vinegar. So you don't have to worry about it becoming full-blown alcohol. It just becomes vinegar. But, what I'm saying, little something in a day, little something. You know what I mean? Little something. All right. So any last questions before I jump out of here? Last questions about kombucha. You all are so funny. The feel good juice. Yes, it makes you feel good all over. I feel good. I feel good. Baby, now I feel good all over. You and I have what lovers dream. Yes. All right. So listen, so I'll let you all know when Owen gives birth. And then I'll send it to you. I'll send it to whoever needs it because I have plenty of glass jars. All right? Okay, so listen, I'm going to be continuing to make batches and Owen's going to continue to give birth and then we'll go from there. So, all right, so what do you do with it? You drink it. You drink the kombucha. Missy coming in all late. Okay, yes. Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for stopping through. I'll see you all in the next video. And when am I going to create the next video? I still need to watch that 2-hour trial, especially. So Missy saying my chickens love the Scoby. You know what? I like the Scoby that I had, the Funky Cold Medina, the last one I had. I threw it outdoors, and before I could look back, the animals had, I don't know who took it, whether it was a rabbit or a squirrel, but it was gone. A rabbit, squirrel, or crows. Those are the 3 main animals we have around here. And when I went to look for it again, it was gone. They took that and they enjoyed it. So not even a remnant was left. So yeah, so animals do love Scobies. But my brother read me a story about a woman who tried to feed Scoby to ants, and the ants got angry or they got powered up. Which one, I don't know. But she said the ants jumped off the Scoby and bum rushed her picnic. So listen, on that note, I am out of here, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. If you have any other questions, they were most likely answered in the beginning of this video. If they were not, leave your comments below and I'll come back in and answer afterwards. So I will see you all in the next video. The next video will probably be the 2-hour hearing of Dominique Williams because I need to prepare for my interviews on Wednesday and just get ready with knowledge, etc. So I will see you all later. Oh, Tonya Tko, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. But most importantly, what? What is it? Most importantly, what? Love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is taking care of yourself and what it is that you put inside your body. Like finding out about kombucha and natural drinks and ways to reduce and reuse and putting good things inside so good things can come back out. Okay, so if you go and you try kombucha, you try to create it on your own, let me know how that went for you. Like I said, in the next kombucha video that I do, I am going to show you all how I do my kombucha. So I'm going to show you with the hot water and with the tea, the sugar. I'm going to show you the whole process. And then we're going to go from there. All right? I love you all. Oh, thumbs up the video, thumbs up the video, thumbs up the video. And I'll give you all a hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, hug, 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 hug. All right. So I will see you later. Peace, peace. Have a good one, everybody. Peace, peace.